Welcome live viewers, welcome replay viewers to my broadcast. Starting a little late, I had technical problems. I am simulcasting though, finally on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. The list is right there. I especially am focused on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube and invite you to watch there. Although I am also streaming on Twitter, but those are the three spots where you can chat and have it automatically show up here. So Tiffany TLC Music is the username on all the platforms. I encourage you to make your way over to Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube and join me for my all original music, except one song written for me. Most of the music's modern American folk on acoustic guitar, but I also do some vocal looping and some bluesy songs, and I'm working on a piano arrangement. No, I have a piano arrangement for a new song that I have snuck on my broadcast a few times. I do encourage you, if you want to catch me on one of those broadcasts, I may formally announce the new song at some point, but in any event, I encourage you to follow on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Most importantly, let the app know that you want to get notifications from me. You can get them, hop on live chat. It'll show up here, connect across platforms. Very fun. Bonus, follow on Twitter. It's the only place where I make rare but important announcements. Double bonus, follow on TikTok. It's not even on the list, or this list. I may or may not ever stream there. I don't know. I would need to hit 1,000 followers first, and it may get banned before I get to that point. I've kind of stopped trying, so I haven't been putting out little videos, but I may go back to it. I may. And if you hop on there, you can see I've got a lot of cute little videos, short ones. They're supposed to be short to help them go viral. Or not even viral, but just like, get a decent number of views. It helps the algorithm on their shorts. So you'll see I have about over 20 probably little snippets from my songs. They're kind of fun there on TikTok. So sorry I'm on late. Again, I had an audio problem. I had to restart a particular program like 10 times before I got it to behave. So if you need any music medicine for your Monday or TLC, tender loving care, my initials, but also what I intend to offer on this broadcast. The world is in short supply. So let's bring that to this moment. I do usually have a default plan for songs. I usually do about 4 songs, and I have about 4 in mind today, but I'm also open to requests. If you don't know my songs, you can make a request for a particular type of song, like love song, sad song, happy song, whatever. Sometimes the requests are very specific, like, do you have any songs about rainbows? I don't actually have any songs about rainbows, but I have some close, it gives me an idea of the kind of song people want. So but I always have a default plan, so never fear. I think I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start with When in Doubt, Wait. This is a peppy song. I don't usually start with peppy songs, but why not? Spice it up a little. So for the time being, I'm still simulcasting on Twitch, but I heard there was a possibility that Twitch would no longer be allowing simulcasting. So I mean people who are simulcast are waiting to find out. I may have even missed, perhaps there's been news on that, but so far I'm able to, either the news is good or the news hasn't come yet, I don't know. Trimming my fret fingers briefly because it's easier to play with fingernails. Easier to play with freshly trimmed fingernails. All right. So when in doubt, wait. This is based on advice. My dad, often I will write songs to coach myself through difficult things, to remind myself of advice that has served me well in my life. And that's one of these songs. When in Doubt, Wait is based on advice my dad gave me when I think I was in my early 20s. The memory's a funny thing. It could be that he never gave me this advice. I think his friends would say that doesn't sound like your dad. The thing is, it's one of those things where I think it was do what I do and not do what I say and not what I do. Because I don't know that he always followed this advice himself. I'm sure there are people who would suggest that he, in fact, did not. But be that as it may, it is advice that has served me very well, and I'm grateful for it. And here's why. Let me just check something real quick. Okay. Somewhere along the line, my daddy told me, when in doubt, don't is the best policy. And as time went by, more and more I could see, waiting to be sure was for sure the way for me. So I said, when in doubt, don't. When in doubt, wait. Take your time. Your chance will be great. I found getting in was easier than getting out. So I just said no when I had any doubt. So I said, when in doubt, don't. When in doubt, wait. Take your time. The choice will be great. And when I take time to calm my reptilian brain, I can hear my wise neocortex once again. So I say, when in doubt, please don't. When in doubt, wait. Take your time. The choice will be great. Spotting all the pros and cons I can find, and connecting all the dots, it takes time. So I say, when in doubt, don't. When in doubt, wait. Take your time. Your choice will be great. Well, for years now I've applied this theory and enjoyed the benefits repeatedly. So I still say, when in doubt, don't. When in doubt, wait. Take your time. The choice will be great. When you take your time, the choice will be great. Yes, this advice has served me so well. This advice served me well this weekend. Hope everyone watching had a good weekend, by the way. Yeah, I had a really good weekend. I've been working on this particular project that I've gotten really caught up in, and like overly caught up in, I guess, to judge it. I've worked more on it than I intended to. And it has taken away from other things that I want to do, other priorities. And I was so happy for myself this weekend because I didn't work on it at all. I just took it moment by moment, and in each moment I tried to be mindful and just say, would that really, like if I was tempted to work on it, would that really meet the most needs right now? And if the honest answer was no, this other thing is more would do that more, then I would do the other thing. And it's very empowering and calming. And then now that I am working on it today, it's definitely could get out of control. I'm not ruling out the possibility that it's possible for it to get out of control again, but I feel much more like there's a potential for me to just quickly go in and finish it even. That is a great feeling. Very empowering. So I commend that advice. When in doubt, wait. All right, so with that done, let's do another song. Started on the upbeat end. Let's do, we could do income inequality. I'm thinking income inequality, borrowing a request. I'm thinking income inequality, you always knew, and maybe train at the end. We shall see. So if you are new, be aware that I think this is actually true on most individual platforms, but I can't see you unless you want to be seen. If you want to say hello, I would love to give you a shout out, and we could chat or not. It's perfectly fine to just watch or lurk, as they say on Twitch. But I do that sometimes. It's just hard when you've got other things going on and you kind of want to listen, you want to connect, but you don't have the time to chat. So this is a song, Income Inequality, is a song about a problem. I felt it had to be written. It's an issue that has concerned me, and to one extent or another, my political activism for the last decade. Wow. Yeah. Hi, Willie. How you doing there on YouTube? How's it going? What's the temperature like there in Arizona? It's something you and I always talk about, right, Willie? We both live in hot spots. For us, it's going to be very nice. It's going to be like in the 80s. We're not yet. You were talking about it maybe being 105 this weekend, right? Oh, God, I hope not. Anyway, this is about a problem that concerns me, and I think would be well served to concern all of us. Yay, I'm so glad you're doing well. By the way, Willie, do you know, is there a single spot, my sons and I were talking about this weekend, is there a single spot on YouTube where you can watch, like, one of the reasons I think Twitch gets so much traction for live streamers is that the entire app is devoted to live streams. 86, nice. With good air quality, is that what you meant? That's beautiful, Willie, because wasn't it like 105 recently? Let's see, who do we have here? Hey, Denise Isaac Music, good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you. Oh yeah, it is you. I always have to double check the name because I've said this before, but I watched all the chat on a very hot where you are. Yes, I heard over in the Western European countries there, it's been pretty hot. I had just heard about the UK. How hot is it exactly? Now keep in mind, Denise, you're talking to two people who live in a place, just warning you, where bad air quality, huh, Willie? Where it routinely gets to be like up to 118 degrees in the summer. Okay, 31 degrees Celsius. What is that Fahrenheit? Because my brain doesn't. Degrees Celsius to F. That is 87. Okay. Now, to be fair, there's two things to say about, like 87 for us is like, Willie for us is like, woo, it's nice and cool. When it's summer, that's a cool day. However, there's two caveats. One, more about selling and product review. Yeah, Willie. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that scary, Denise? So, but there are two caveats. One, and they're both very important. One, I think it's fair both in Arizona and here where I live in the Central Valley in California. There's virtually no humidity. So humidity adds a lot to the heat. So I don't know if you have humidity, significant humidity there. That's number one. Number two, and probably more importantly, with climate change now, there are many spots in the world, Arizona and California, Central Valley not being two of them, where it's getting to be really warm, but because it didn't used to be really warm, people don't have air conditioning. And I think where you live, that probably is the case, right? You're in Netherlands. I know the two streamers I saw from the UK this weekend and who were just so hot, seem like they just have fans. Yeah, you have no air conditioning. So that's a different matter. See, the places where I live and the place where Willie lives, nobody would live there if there wasn't air conditioning. Nobody would be able to live there because it's just too extreme. So oddly, we're more resilient to the super high temps, which have gotten hotter. We have more days that are over 100 degrees, at least here in the Central Valley. I'm sure the same is true where Willie lives. So I'm sure you're struggling because 80, what did I say? What is that? It translates to 87.8 with no AC. That is tough, especially if there's any humidity. Yeah, Willie. And the thing is that it makes it easier to find streams, and so I confess I have recently thought about switching just to Twitch and being an affiliate or something. Oh, I say that with such dismay because I do not want to be funneling even a penny towards Amazon. I already feel like I have to because Amazon owns Twitch, and I'm very concerned. I'm a very politically aware and active person, and I'm very concerned about the size of Amazon as it is. It's like, I think it's like in the US, over 34% of retail is Amazon. And there's just too much power there in my opinion, and I'm very concerned about it. And so the thought of encouraging people to buy Amazon Prime to get a free subscription, it's just not what I want to do. But I can't deny it's got the perfect platform, it's got everything dialed. So anyway, my kids and I were talking about YouTube and thinking, why doesn't YouTube we'd like to see it have a YouTube Live app where it's just live. All the YouTube live streamers who are streaming are on YouTube Live. And then you go on there when you want to watch streams. I think that would help so much get more people on YouTube. Same thing with Facebook. Facebook, it's hard to find the people who are streaming. At least I found it's hard to find. Anyway, that's my little conundrum. But Denise, are you an affiliate on Twitch? Or are you working toward that? I totally get it. I don't blame anyone for doing that. It is the place to be. I can't deny that. Anyway, I haven't even done income inequality. I'm all set up. Yes, you are already an affiliate. Good for you. That's an accomplishment. Mod on Twitch is much better because you can, sorry, I need to move this over. You can ban people on chat. Yeah. You can't ban people on chat from YouTube? Really? Just a year you've been doing it? You've been an affiliate for a year? Just over a year. Yeah, I get it. Part of me thinks I'm crazy for not trying to do it. YouTube can only block, I think you're still typing, huh, Willie? YouTube can only block, block people in the moment, maybe, but not ban them entirely. Interesting. All right, let's do income inequality. This is a song that talks about, I'm not sure if you've heard it, Denise, income inequality and how insidious it is for folks across the income spectrum. And it might not be common sense, but data bear that out. If you search Equality Trust. I think it's in the UK. It's a foundation, a nonprofit that collects all this data, and it's stunning. It's stunning about how negatively it impacts all of us. And I go a little bit farther in this song and talk about concerns with just in general punishments and rewards used to motivate people, like, hey, you're not going to survive unless you contribute to the society, and what that does to us. There's a couple other books, one called Drive by Dan Pink and one called Punished by Rewards by Alfie Kohn, that compile a bunch of other interesting studies. And it all came together in this here song. All right. Willie, I know you've heard this many times, but I'm not sure if you have, Denise. Income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment bending sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. The irony that's plain to see in studies of rich countries is that income equality helps even the most wealthy with better public care. From A to C, for income equality can set us all free. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment bending sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. By nearly every measure we can read, from trust to obesity, mental health to life expectancy, all are better off we see. Even the most wealthy, for income equality can set us all free. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment bending sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. And with research we can see, without financial worry, people volunteer, really create higher quality with greater ingenuity. For income equality can set us all free. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment bending sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. But then we would be surprised to see better fruit from an apple tree, growing in the shade, punished so it will obey. People are the same we know today, for income equality can set us all free. From income inequality, full of corrosivity, resentment bending sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality. From income inequality, we must break free. It's not about what he deserves. There's a reason for every single swerve. When people falter, they're in need. The solution is recovery. Have to be all we can be. For income equality can set us all free. resentment building sea to sea, creating instability, war and criminality, from income inequality. We must break free. Just imagine the possibilities with innovation flowing freely on without the massive waste we see from tracking time and money and punishing those in need for income equality can set us all free. Block is like a ban, but the person that blocked you won't see your messages, comments, etc. Okay. I'm not sure I totally get the difference, but you won't see your anyway, it sounds like there are limits, but anyway, that was my song, Income Inequality. It is about something that I think is incredibly insidious and often unrecognized in that way, unrecognized for that impact that it has. So it needed a song. I had to write. Like I'm sure I could consolidate the categories, I think, of songs that I write. Some songs are like to coach myself through things. Some songs are to sort of spread the word about a thing that concerns me. Some songs are just to reflect on my past and put it in perspective. And of course, all songs are written with the hope that that others will relate to them and get something out of them as well. On Twitch, if unbanned request is on, those that may have been banned for acting up may send a request to basically fog light. It may get denied. To basically ask to be unbanned. To say, hey, that's cool. I like that actually, because okay, so what you're saying is YouTube doesn't have that flexibility where people who have been blocked can't make a request to get back on, to be able to watch again. Yeah, I like that Twitch has that. It makes sense because Twitch is so focused on the live stream, and live streaming, is so vulnerable to, as opposed to say a video, a static video, when somebody says something that the person who fit the video, but the person's channel, the guy who owns the gal who owns the channel doesn't enjoy, it's not as impactful versus in a live stream. It makes sense that Twitch has developed more fine-tuned ways to handle challenging comments and people that aren't meeting the needs of others on the stream. And that sounds cool. Like I said, when it comes to Twitch's features, I can't complain in terms of, except I don't like all the ads. But that's how they're still around. That's how they're making money. So anyway, let's do You Always Knew, maybe. And again, I'm open to requests. Well, Denise, I guess you probably haven't even come close to hearing all my songs yet. Sometimes the mods may put a note in the denied unban request. Oh, okay. So you might be able to see after all what's going on. Or maybe be able to somehow, in other words, there might be a workaround on YouTube. That's cool. I just wish there was a very strong contender to Twitch that I felt better about supporting. And it's just this dilemma that I've been mulling on more and more, because now I've been getting really into Twitch. I've been really getting into watching other people on Twitch. And so I'm like, because of that feature that you can just so easily see who's streaming, and I love that. So it's a conundrum. Anyway, enough about that. Let's do You Always Knew. This is a love song, a happy love song. I have a love lost song. There are times you may get out of the band. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. On Twitch, yeah. So I have a happy love song and more of a sad or philosophical love song. I call it my love kept song and my love lost song. So I'm going to do my love kept song. This is my song that I wrote the day after my 10th wedding anniversary, and we are just about to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. What? Yes, on June 28th of this month. So just in like a couple weeks, a week and a half, I think. No, a couple weeks. It's just a happy song. I wish this kind of love for all of us. And it can be found. You know, sometimes this song is about this guy who just, thanks Willie. This guy who just came out of nowhere. I met him going door to door selling Sierra Club membership. Sierra Club is an environmental advocacy organization. And he was my last door. And I knocked on the door, and this guy, well, I describe him in the song. He was stunning to me. Opens the door, and he's kind of leaning on the door jamb, just like looking kind of flirtatious. And I'm thinking, what? I almost didn't stop at this door. I was like, should I do one more door? I guess so. It's the last door of the day. And he invited me in, and I'm sitting there, and he's clearly in a flirtatious mode. And I'm like, what's going on? Well, he invited me in, and I came in because there was a woman there. So I wasn't feeling like, because I'm not just going to some stranger's house. He said, come on in, I'll write you a check. For, he'll sign up. I'm like, cool. So I'm sitting there on a couch with this woman, and I'm like, you've decorated the place really nice. It's really pretty. She says, yeah, we've spent a lot of time on it. I'm thinking, oh, well, these guys are together. How weird that he's being kind of flirtatious. It's so strange in front of his partner right here. I don't think I've ever told, I'm not sure, I've only told the story a couple times. So then he comes out, he's still being very, he's looking at me, and I'm just like, what is going on? So he gives me the check. I'm like, okay, I'm out of there. I'm maybe 10, 15 minutes away. I'm a manager. I'm gathering up all my people. And he drives up, and he unrolls his window, and he hands me a business card, and it says, call me, I'll buy you dinner. And I say, who is that woman? And he said, that's my mom. And it turns out he had just gotten out of college, and he was about to start a job somewhere else, and he was living temporarily with his mom. Not that I'm against people living with their parents for the rest of their lives, because I think extended family living is awesome, but he felt sheepish about it. And I thought that they were together, and she loved me after that. And when she heard that story, she loved me because she was like, wow, she thinks I'm young enough to be my son's partner. So this is the guy we're talking about. And then from then on, it just was a never-ending story of just him being just remarkably persistent and all for the best. Usually if I tell this story at all, usually I tell it at the end. I think I've only told it a handful of times. Each night as we fall asleep, our kids snuggle up to us tight. You hold my hand, I love you's all around, and sweet, sweet good nights. I'm always shocked every night inside. I gasp to think the love I feel, the family we made, it didn't come to pass. All that I am, and all that I have, I honor you. And I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. It was door to door, the Sierra Club, my summer job. You opened the door, smiled down at me, a white marble Greek god. moving away. But when you asked me out, looked at me that way, yes, I had to say, all that I have, all that I have, I honor you. And I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. Hold on. Our first date ended, and with it came our first goodbye. But the hug we shared before you left, it did not tell a lie. I had told you my Santa Barbara guy had bought me tickets to fly, but you called me up at work to refund his money, said you had to try. All that I have, all that I have, I honor you. And I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. Months went by, I left my other guy, you found me, we started a fling. But I still didn't know the way you did that this would be the thing. You moved for work, but every Friday night you flew to me. You called me up, you cared for me, yeah, you slowly helped me sing. All that I am, all that I have, I honor you. I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew. Yesterday, the anniversary of our 10th year. Another blessed day, another blessed night with you right here. You're my best friend, lover of my dreams, such care you take of me, dear. And if I close my eyes, our handwritten bonds, I can still hear. We said with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you. I'm filled with awe and gratitude that you always knew, you always knew, you always knew, you always knew, you always So happy singing that song. True love story. True story about a true love that is ongoing. Yay. All right, so let's do another song. Let's do our last song. Oh no, our last song. Could it be? Is it true? It is already the last song. Time for the last song. Thanks, Denise. I'm glad you liked it. I futzed with it for a long time. You can see it was it's not a short song, and I told you the story of how we met. You can see I wasn't able to include almost any of that. You know, I wasn't able to include the thing about his mom or, you know, any of that stuff. And that wasn't, I just wanted to capture the things about how things went that related to this theme of you always knew, you know, you kept persisting. yeah. So, and I guess there's a little bit more about just how infatuated I was with him and still am. It's one of those things where, I mean, I had dated quite a bit, and you just wander through so many situations in life where you don't find the right person. The right person just doesn't materialize, and maybe you find someone and you really like them and they don't seem to really like you, or vice versa, or both of you are kind of meh. And sometimes it's like, you can think about all the people you meet in life. I mean, it's fewer now that people meet in person because so much is remote, and how many you don't click with in that way. And it's sort of, when you find the person, it's like, what? Wow, I'm not so sure I thought that would ever happen. Like, it seems miraculous, kind of. But it is something that I'm hopeful is possible for everyone, and I hope everyone can find that. Same here. I was going to ask, like, when you say same here, like, you feel like, do you have, I mean, I don't want you to have to share anything super personal, whatever you feel like sharing, but are you same here as in you feel like, do you already have that person, or do you wish you would have that person? Is, I guess, the simplest way to ask. When you say same here, like, you're sort of astonished that, oh, you did, oh, good. You're happy, you have a husband, awesome. I'm assuming you're happily married, that's awesome. You met your husband through music, yeah. I just think about all the different things I've done in my life and how you would have thought I would have met someone, My son's really excited to start college because he's thinking I'll meet someone. 15 years, yay. That's awesome. So you guys have music in common? That's wonderful. We actually don't have music in common. I mean, my husband loves music, but he's not a musician. So that's interesting. But sometimes opposites attract. And I don't know we're opposites. We have a lot in common, but it's not in the area of music. Anyway, what was I going to say? Something else? Yeah, my son's really excited about starting college because he thinks maybe I'll meet someone. And I'm thinking, I guess I did date. I guess that's not true. I did date somebody in college, but that wasn't the person that I ended up marrying. I dated, I guess, a few people. So it's not that he can't meet somebody, but it's just think about all the people that came and went and how few of them actually, there was like a mutual satisfaction, to the level needed to like really carry through a long-term relationship. It's kind of discouraging. And that was when everybody was meeting everybody else in person, but that was before dating apps. I would think dating apps would help, but I don't know. Never, they weren't around when I did my dating. Anyway, let's do Train. Denise, I don't know if you've heard Train. You probably have. This is a cute little kid's song. And we'll take it out. The story I like to tell about this train song is that, well, first of all, my son wanted me to write it, I think, or maybe I volunteered to write it for him, but he just said that trains don't say choo-choo, so I couldn't call it Train choo-choo. I had to call it Train woo-woo. Thing number one. Thing number two, it's about a train that just takes off and you're not on it. And I always think of that as like, it's this train, this broadcast simulcast is the train that's leaving the station. It's passing us by. It's going on, but it will always come back like most trains. Hopefully it will come back again. All right. Ooh, wow, that's peaking. The master track is peaking. Hold on, let me turn. That's interesting. I wonder if that was happening before. That's not good. All right, I'm going to turn the guitar down a little bit. Let me see if this is better. Let me turn down this too. Wow. Wow, it is kind of, well, I don't know if it's... I don't know, does that sound distorted? I'll listen to it later. I don't think it's probably too bad. It's interesting. Train, boom, chugga, 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 train, boom, chugga, chugga. I see a train, it's going down the track. chat. Jacobius, hi. Train, train, chugga, 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 train, train, chugga, chugga. It's no use, it's too far gone. Now I'm just left here singing this song. Train, train, chugga, 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 train, train, chugga, chugga, train, train, chugga, 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 train, train, chugga, chugga. How are you doing, Jacobius? I wasn't sure I'd see you on today. I know you work late Sunday nights, most Sunday nights, right? Till 6 a.m. 6 a.m., but I guess it's now almost 3:30. So maybe you've had enough sleep. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well since we last chatted. One never knows when you'll pop up. That's right. Good to keep them guessing. It's hard to be like, I like the flexibility of just coming and going, you know. That's part of the beauty of live streaming. Although I love when you're on. Whenever you're able to make it, I'll be grateful. Thanks for being, I'm sorry to say that was my last song though. Aw. Because you know me, I try to get on around 11:30 and hop off by now usually. It's almost exactly 45 minutes is my average, I would say. Thanks for being with me, you guys. Denise, Jacobius, Willie, others live and replay. I appreciate you so much. It was really fun. And that was really fun to sing You Always Knew, especially tell the story about that. It's a good story. Thanks. Were you Oh yeah, thank you, Denise. Sorry, I thought you were Jacobius. Denise, thank you. And thanks for the hearts. TLC to you from me. TLC are my initials, but they also mean tender loving care. And that is what I try to bring to you all on my broadcasts. It's in short supply in this world, and we need it. So yeah, thanks for being with me. Hold on, yes, thank you. All right, so I come on, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to put up my little blurb here. It will wipe off comments from the merged chat, but never fear, I will never miss a comment. Well, almost never. So yes, I come on most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays around 11:30 a.m. Pacific time for about a half an hour to an hour of TLC, chat, and original music, mostly modern American folk, but also some vocal looping, bluesy songs, and I have a piano song now. Hugs, Jacobius, Denise. Gosh darn this font. I guess I can remember yours is green. Hugs, Jacobius. Virtual hugs to all. And what else to say? Please do follow, if you're not already, at Tiffany TLC Music, all one word, on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. These are the spots where I simulcast, where you can chat, and it will show up here, and we can connect across the platforms. You can also watch on Twitter, but you can't participate in this. So follow on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube to participate in the simulcast. Also Twitter for my rare but important announcements. Bonus TikTok. It's not even on the list, but I may or may not end up live streaming there as well. I have a lot of cool little videos on there. Check it out and follow if you haven't already. Thanks for being with me, you guys. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you have a fabulous week. Jacobius, I hope you're making the progress you want to be making on the thing you've been working on. Been thinking about you. Take care, everyone. Until next time, hopefully I'll be on Wednesday if all is well. Bye. If not, I'll send a tweet out on Twitter if there's any problems. And if I'm ever late, please know it's not I've forgotten or whatever. You'll either, if I'm not coming at all, you'll see a tweet. If I'm just late, it's because I'm having technology problems, which I had today. So, but I eventually got on. Okay, bye everyone. Have a good one. Till next time. Bye. Uh-oh. I started recording instead of stop streaming. Bye.